And takes us back 2 months to a cold Wednesday in mid-January, and it takes us to a suburb of Cardiff, St Mellons. Claire Hood, a 15-year-old, was murdered while truanting from school. The whole community is anxious that her killer has still escaped detection and hope that in the next few minutes somebody will recall sightings or reawaken suspicions about someone who'd acted oddly at the time. The story starts and ends in Cathcob Woods.
Come on, let's shoot off to the bridge. No, come on, eh?
Did you see him?
What's the matter?
There's a guy over there with a hood on.
Where?
Over there.
Can't see no.
That's because she's too late. He's gone now.
Claire and her friends often played in Cathcob Woods. In fact, the woods are quite close to her home. Her parents were separated, so Claire and her younger sister lived with their mother. Claire was in her 4th year at Romney High.
Claire, you're late. I've already been to work and back and you're still here. Out of bed, Claire.
All right.
That is the cold water treatment.
She was a great kid. She's not just a daughter, a friend. Shared my clothes with me. I shared her problems if she had any with her. Sometimes I had to play the mother.
Claire, I can't believe you're not at school yet.
I know, I'm going.
You can laugh, but I'm the one that has to answer to the teachers.
I know the pool competition. Got my trophy next week.
From the youth club?
Yeah, so they've engraved my name on it. I can't wait.
Great. First of many.
I know.
Yeah. Off to school. See you later, love.
Okay then.
Be back around about 7, usual time, all right?
Yep.
Okay.
Sure, I'm
Bye.
Hiya. Turn lamp, please. Come on, I'm gonna be late. Go light. Do you want to dance with me, Bill, me?
No, I can't. Why?
No, I'm just bored.
Claire, go split a cigarette, please.
No, it's my last one.
Okay.
This is the last definite sighting of Claire. Where did she go next?
Meadow. Meadow.
When I turned round, this man suddenly appeared in front of me on the path. He was aged about 25 to 28 years old. He was about 5'6", 5'10". He wore dark clothes. His jacket had a hood, but it wasn't on his head at the time.
It's now 3:20. Was this Claire, or could it have been you?
Good boy.
You ready? Yeah, almost. We'll need that, it's freezing.
He obviously was in a great hurry. I would describe him as 5'6" to 5'8" tall, slight build and dark complexion. The man seemed to come from the woods.
Claire?
Claire? Claire!
Awful thoughts were going through my mind, as it was out of Claire's character not to be there. I always knew where Claire was going, and she was never late, from school anyway.
Elaine? Yeah, Claire, she's not round at your place, is she? No. She's not back, you see, and, well, I was just getting a little bit worried, because, you know, she never does things like this, no. Well, did you see her leave school, or? No, I gotta go. I'm gonna try and ring Kelly. I've rung round all her friends, and nobody seems to have seen her, you see, and... All right, yes, I'll do that. I'll ring the police right now.
Called the police. I then began a search with some friends around the area of St. Mellons. I felt I had to do something myself. And we ended up in Cathcart Woods. Our last resort, really.
Oh, she'll be fine.
Oh, God. Oh, I'm so...
She'll be fine.
What am I going to do?
Probably look down through years, eh?
Yeah. Right. Well, we'll find her.
She'll be okay.
Anything
We'll
over there?
find her.
No.
Oh. Come on this way.
It was freezing that night. Claire's body was discovered in the morning. She'd been sexually assaulted. I know you've had overwhelming help from the local community, Colin Jones, but you still want to get to new witnesses. Now, tell me who. You were telling me just before we came on air, people in Cathcart Woods, even though they didn't know Claire had nothing to do with this, you still want everybody who's been in the woods to talk to you. Why?
That's right. Well, we're working on the theory that the person responsible for this had an intimate knowledge of the woods, and therefore these people may have seen the culprit in the woods on a previous occasion.
Even though they had no idea of that, you still want everybody to come forward?
Yes, everyone that uses those woods, please could they come forward, whether it was on the 18th or prior to the 18th of January this year.
What about friends of Claire?
Well, there's been a general reluctance by some of the friends of Claire to tell us all that they know in relation to the Cathcart Woods, or indeed habits of Claire. I think there's a variety of reasons for this. That's all I can assure them. They have my personal assurance that they will not get into any trouble, and I ask them to impart in us any information that they're withholding.
So if they've been truanting from school or underage smoking or anything else, you're not interested... I mean, this is a murder inquiry. You're not interested in that?
That is correct.
Will you protect them from that?
Yes, I shall. They have my personal assurance.
OK. You have actually got some other sightings of youngsters in the woods at the time. Just tell us about that.
Yes, we have a sighting at 3:20 of a girl standing on a bridge. And to that end, we're appealing for anyone to come forward. Also, there's a motorist who saw 3 children, school children, run across the Willowbrook Drive towards the general direction of the woods. 2 boys and a girl. It's possible that the girl was Claire.
But if not, or even if it was, you desperately need them to come forward?
We desperately need them to come forward,
OK,
yes.
This is Wednesday, the 18th of January. Now, there was a man also, apart from the one that we've seen, somebody else seen coming out of the woods.
Yes, at 3:25, a man was seen running from the general direction of the woods, across Willowbrook Drive, towards Brookfield Drive. He's described as being 6 foot tall, slim build, fair complexion, fair hair, and had somewhat distinctive clothing.
He had this, or at least this is a replica, of a fairly distinctive hat he was wearing. We should stress, he's not a suspect. You want him to come forward to eliminate himself.
Yes, we would like this person to come forward to eliminate himself.
OK. If there's any way that you can help, please do, particularly if you're a youngster, you haven't come forward up to now because you're worried you might get into trouble over something. I mean, don't worry about that. Call us, please, 0500 600 600. It's a free call here to the studio in London. If you prefer, you can dial the Rumney Police Station in Cardiff. That's on 0122 277 4285. That's 0122 277 4285.